Anyway, you've had a great kind of platform to learn a lot of business lessons. So if you think about what some of those key lessons are in different parts of your career that you draw out as you as an investor and a mentor try to communicate what some of those lessons are, what are some of the important ones?
Well, if you're going to buy a company or start a company, make sure you have enough cash. And make sure you can see where the economy's headed, right? And predict that with 100% accuracy.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good question. Some of the lessons or the advice I would give is surround yourself with really good people, the best people you can find. And don't be afraid to rely on mentors. That was one thing when I owned the company in Hudson called Portavet. I kind of put myself out on an island by myself, small town. Didn't have anybody really in my circle that understood manufacturing and how to make our processes more efficient. I had a little bit of that, but not enough, probably. And so I didn't have enough of the mentor group to help me get through a really hard turn in the economy, and trying to be more efficient in my manufacturing process. So
do you think that's because you're a little bit independent minded as part of it, or is it just the isolation of where you were and the fact that there's not an accessible peer group?
Yeah, I would think that. I mean, if you look at this part of the state of Iowa, Waterloo, Cedar Falls, Blackhawk County, there's really only one or two very large employers. One makes green tractors, and there's a great deal of really smart people in that company. But if you don't know who they are and they're not in your mentor network, that all that knowledge is staying inside that company. And so the other's the university. The University of Northern Iowa is, at the time, was really centered around educating educators or putting out teachers. And so not a lot of manufacturing. There was some manufacturing knowledge there, but I didn't tap into it soon enough. So those are the things I'd say. Surround yourself with really good people. Hire really good people. Have a really strong mentor group. I would say, if you're starting to run low on cash, don't be afraid to exhaust every opportunity to try to find a funding source. Again, I didn't at the time have experience with talking to investors and giving up equity in my company and things like that. So that was a lesson learned as well. So, and those are kind of the lessons I take with entrepreneurs when we talk to these young entrepreneurs today is, and some of the ones that are still around that we've had investment in for 8-10 years, they'll tell us today, hey, I had no idea how tough and how time-consuming raising money is. And that's what you have to be ready for. And if you're going to venture into this entrepreneurial world today, it's a lot of it is you're on the road raising money
and waiting until you really need it.
Yeah,
probably not the best approach.
Well, some people wait too long.
Yeah,
right? As we know, right? You wait too long, and then you're scrambling, and then you're relying on one or two people, and you have to have your network, and the funnel has to be a lot bigger than one or two people.